Hey everybody, it's your girl Bunny. To all of my returning subscribers, hey, how you doing? And for those of you who are new to the channel, welcome. Kick your feet up, subscribe to this family-friendly channel, and don't forget to click the notification bell so you don't miss any posts. Also follow me on Instagram at the same profile name so you don't miss the sneak peeks of what's coming up next. It's the season finale, Queen Sugar, Season 5, Episode 10, entitled Onward. I give a recap of the entire episode with photos offset to the side, and then I give my review at the end. No need to dig around. I have all of the minute marks in the comments. It's all coming up next. The Borderlones prep for their trip. Blue wants to leave Kenya with his parents to protect them because he heard his dad was upset and sad this morning. They clarify that they're not upset or sad. They're just thinking about that they won't get to see him every day. They're happy and excited for him. Ralph Angel says, well, come on, we don't want to waste any more time, and we don't want to be stuck in too much traffic. They're very excited, and Blue takes his final look behind at the farm. Vi vents to Charley that she wants Micah to come home ASAP. Vi, I want everyone to be safe, and I am grateful we have homes. And people are losing their job and these evictions. People are being brainwashed about fighting against their own survival. Yeah, Charley, fools trying to fight over wearing a mask. Don't get me started. I even tell Hollywood to just turn off their TV because it's getting my blood pressure all up. Vi, it's frustrating, but we got to get this vote out. It upsets me that we can't stand out and get the votes and get people registered and stacking at the polls. Well, Charley, but you can't. That cold you had could have been worse. Nova is out there doing all of that. Micah, Hollywood, they're driving seniors. The Borderlones are doing their part as we always do. Charley continues to listen to Vi as she views the wooden plank that was replaced by Davis. Can I ask you a completely random question? Well, go on. Is there anything Jimmy Dale could do right now for you to see him differently? Charley, what on earth would make you ask me something as stupid as that? I'm sorry, I'm fine. No. You didn't answer me. Where did that come from? I asked you a question, Charley. Well, Davis came over here to get something to ship to Micah, and he came over and he seemed different. And it just got me thinking about change. Can people really change? And forgiveness. I wondered what you thought about that. Charley, Jimmy Dale is an evil man who gets off on inflicting pain to anyone and everybody. He loved that weakness in people, and he made sure that I lived in his hell. So there is nothing he could do to make me think that he's changed, ever. Now, Davis, on the other hand, is just stupid, not evil. What? He made dumb, hurtful choices, but he ain't Jimmy Dale. Even though he blew it, he loves you and Micah. So at least you two can be civil to each other. Nova awaits for Calvin with silence and punctual intent. She hands him documentation and demands. His name is Andre Dixon. He was only 19 years old that night. He said you and your cop friends beat him until he could no longer walk. Calvin begins to speak, but Nova interrupts. Please, don't say you don't know. Don't say you don't know this man, because he definitely knows you. Once I start digging into this case, it wasn't that hard to put everything together. All someone had to do was look, see, care, and no one did until now. Look me in my eyes and tell me you had nothing to do with this, that you weren't there that night, and I'll believe you. Because I want to believe. Nova. I tried to convince myself it was someone else's memory just lodged in the back of my mind. I was the son of a cop. I was having a real hard time, and everyone said I had to prove myself, that I could make it on my own. They got a hold of this kid. His name is Andre. Right. Andre got turned into an abandoned building, and they beat him real good. They said it was good practice. I stood in the back and I was scared. I knew what they were doing was wrong, and they called me over there and said, get up and prove yourself. Prove you're one of us. I knew what they were asking. I knew what they wanted me to do. And you did it. Look, Nova, I hit him once, maybe twice. I barely touched him, I swear. But you did touch him, Calvin. Nova, I've never done anything like that before, even after. You gotta believe me. You know what, Calvin? I believed you when you said you never did anything like this at all. Remember? Those were lies. Nova, that was over 20 years ago. I'm not that person. Well, you know what, Calvin? It was yesterday for him. She gets out of her seat and slams the door. Vi, have you heard from Ralph Angel? Since they got back, I mean? Ralph Angel not speaking to me. It'll work itself out. I mean, I wonder what my baby is doing right now. Vi is with his grandmother, who is trifling, but she loves him, and she'll let no harm come to her. That's where he is. Hollywood, I just don't want him to change. He's one of us. Hollywood ensures that he won't, because that boy has a good soul. Blue will stay blue. We pray and we manifest that. Vi, maybe you should think about apologizing to Ralph Angel. Blue was the whole reason he got his life together. So if he sent him away, it's because he thinks of the promise tomorrow outweighs the pain right now. So Hollywood, my opinion for that child I helped raise don't matter? Baby, you can honestly say that your pain is worse off than Ralph Angel's. That's his son. You called him a boy and said that his father would be ashamed. Well, that's how I feel. But Vi, was it kind? Was it necessary? Maybe you should consider being an adult in the room this time. Charley speaks with Darla as she deals with Blue being away. She tells Darla, when Micah left for college, I was so lost. I mean, it was just stunning. Living without thinking about his daily needs. I mean, it was hard for me to learn how to just be. It'll take some time. When I get down, I think about how much Blue loved his new room and how he took to all of those kids in his class. I mean, they really loved him. Being in a classroom again, that made him go to cloud 9. I miss him so much. It's really beautiful to see, but yeah, I think that's what I think about when I'm in my feelings. But thank you so much for this talk, Charley. I don't want to keep you. No, Darla, I actually wanted to ask you something. I mean, when I come to think of you, you're one of the strongest women I know. You've been through so much, yet here you are. Thanks, Charley. That means a lot coming from you. Look, I need some advice, Darla. Advice from me? Well, I could certainly try. I've been thinking about Davis. Oh, I would never do that. I mean, I would never give you advice about your man. I mean, for me, my experience, no one knows your relationship but you, your heart. I mean, no one knows anything about you guys but you. And actually, nobody else's opinion really matters in the end. The two of you have to look and love each other every day. You're right, Darla. Charley, has he changed? Yeah, he has. I mean, is that possible? Look at me and Ralph. We are two totally different people from who we were. I mean, we hurt each other. I mean, anything you can think of, but somehow we fell back into each other's arms. Different people. So yes, it's possible. Charley, if you see a chance of something real with someone who knows you and truly cares about you, step on faith. And it might be everything you hope that it is. Mom, the fact that the hashtag is trending and it's on every news outlet everywhere, playing over and over, and people in this country and all around the world, I mean, it's taken to the street. It's monumental. It's meaningful. Yeah, Mike, I saw. I'm actually catching up to everything now. I mean, I'm amazed at it all. Catching up? What do you mean? What's going on? I've been under the weather for the past few days. What do you mean under the weather? What's wrong? Micah, I have COVID, but I'm recovering. What? How do you know? Were you tested? I mean, what's going on? Well, I was pretty out of it. Is Aunt Vi there? I mean, where's Auntie Nova? Look, I didn't want anyone to come over. Then why am I having to pull teeth to get answers from you, Mom? I should have never left you alone. No, Micah, I wasn't alone. Look, I couldn't call the family for various reasons, so when things got bad, I called your father. I'm on my way. People come into Aunt Vi's restaurant all while social distancing and making sure that they have on face masks and gloves. There's even chairs and seats that are marked off so people can't sit too close. Darla brings flowers to Vi for a happening reopening day, but unfortunately Ralph couldn't make it due to the circumstances. Well, how was that boy doing? Blue's adjusting to my mom's rules in house, and we will get more details as school time continues. Look, congratulations. I'm gonna go ahead and head out. It's understandable, Darla, but thank you. Vi, Ralph's not here, but the flowers are from both of us. Nova prays to our ancestors for guidance, wisdom, and truth before Calvin interrupts. Nova, I hope you know now how sorry I am for what I did. Am I allowed to be better from who I was? Calvin, you didn't know it wasn't right to stomp a kid in the back until it cracked? You knew and decided not to do better in that moment and to deny and hide it. Yes, it was wrong. To fit in and to protect myself, he's paralyzed. Calvin? I know, I tried to keep up with it from afar. Calvin, I want to yell, fight. I want to scream. I want to hurt. I want you to know how much you hurt me, but I can't. I can't scream. I can't yell. I can't even write about this. I feel like I can't move. Like I was paralyzed too. I'm ashamed. And I'm so scared because you know what? I want to protect you. Nova, I'm the only one that should be ashamed for what I did. What I did is in my past and it's not me. It never was. You know me. I'm yours. You know who I am. I'm yours, baby. And I'm so sorry. Baby, I'm so excited about the Real Spot Zoom meeting. I mean, I thought we would have 6, maybe 7 guys, but now we're up to 46. Oh, baby Hollywood, you're doing what you always wanted to do, shine. Yeah, we all can't wait. We always talk about how we want the bad to be over, But the truth is, we've got to live through it and find the peace and all the joy along the way. You're right. I'm going to call Ralph Angel. That's good, baby. It's the right thing to do. Look, sorry if I had to talk to you tough for you to hear it, but I'll make it up to you. I got you in mind, but just not right now. How are you, Charlie? Are you 100%? More like 87%. Okay. It's the precision for me. So, you have any idea why I asked you to meet? No, I hope it's not what I think it is. He thinks that she's there to share some news that Kiki is pregnant, but they're broken up, so that's not the case. She's shocked that his worst fear for Micah is getting someone pregnant. But he's like, no, physical harm and something happening to him is my true fear. He stopped asking me about girls long time ago, but that's understandable. Davis is interested in it. Micah and Kiki, they're smart kids. They're responsible. I was sure with that with you, Charlie. No offense, Kiki and Micah, they're very smart, but they're not you. You were the only person to make our situation the opposite of awful. The most beautiful time of my life. Your decisions to keep Micah, to face your mom, Ernest, everyone who was looking at you to excel. But the quintessential of black woman scholar, you were. You made that destiny. Single mother did not figure into your plans, but you never wavered it. You had this resolve and fortitude I never saw in a person. I wish I would have told you that before and not now. You should have heard it every day. Ralph gets a call from Blue, and Blue thinks that everything is great. Darla walks in as he continues to confirm how his first day went, how school is awesome, how he loves his teachers, and he'll be home soon for the holidays. And he can't wait to see everyone. He misses them, but he knows that all of those feelings will go away over time. Darla and Ralph are happy because he is excited and happy. Davis, I remember when my mission was to have a family with you and Micah. Well, you did that. You made me believe that we could do it. Yeah, I thought we could build this fortress around us, right? And that nothing could take you away from me. And you did that, Charlie. You just didn't calculate the monster was already in the fortress with you. You had children with other people, one. But that was enough. None of that should have happened. I never should have tried to hide it when it did happen. Melina Colty, I defended you. I paid her off. That was the biggest failure of my life. I remember logging every longing when you were on the road. It was that same feeling with my father haunting me, that feeling of desperately wanting his love. It felt like somehow I never could grasp that. Imagining this family I never was a part of. Nova and Ralph Angel being able to see him every day. Like you happier with those other women and that child without me. Charlie, I was never happier than when I was with you. Then why, Davis? Why did you do that to us? Charlie, the only reason a person actively destroys something in their life is because they hate who they are. Charlie, I hated myself. I had to face myself after all of that, after all of these years. We got this place in our minds where we hide all the bad stuff, memories, guilt, but I went to all of those corners and took all of that stuff one by one for what it was and what it isn't. The monster inside of your fortress. I'm not that anymore. Then who are you? That's why I asked you here. I need to know if that kind, selfless man who was there for me when I was sick, who went above and beyond, who cared, I need to know if he's real. If that man is the real you. It's me, Charley. I'm here. I'm here for you. And I can honestly say, I can finally love you the way you always deserve to be loved. If you'll let me. He walks closer to Charley and extends his hand. And she slowly gives her hand to Davis. Now remember, baby, when I said that I was going to get you later, it's a surprise for a surprise. Your chariot awaits, and it's a lighter bicycle, and they can't wait to race. They're getting fresh air, they're laughing, enjoying life, while other bike riders follow behind. Micah, wow, I mean, these photos are really good, son. Thank you. Thank you for being here when I wasn't. Micah, I'm glad you weren't. She wouldn't have wanted you to see her like that. But I'm not anymore. I'm good now. You know what? Mom, I wish you would have called me, but I understand why you didn't. I just got a taste of when you love someone and they do stuff you don't agree with, and there's nothing you can do about it, and you just gotta respect their decision and love them anyway. It's what you do for me all the time. I feel how hard that was. Thank you, Mom, for always giving me that same love all the time. So look, you guys, I have more photos to show you. There's a knock at Nova's door, and Nova wants to know, Calvin, are you expecting someone? Well, yeah, I actually am. Calvin opens the door, and it's Nola PD, Internal Affairs. Are you Calvin Gaston? Yes, I am. Well, will you accompany us to the Nola PD station regarding your call? Calvin, what did you do? He turns to Nova and says, the right thing. Finally. They leave, and Nova is frozen with tears. Ralph Angel and Darla enjoy a night of beautiful, refreshing night air, and they view the stars to talk. Wow, Darla, these stars shine bright. It seems like they're brighter. Blue is so excited to show us those shooting stars. Yeah, Ralph, we've come a long way. Are you okay, Darla? We're gonna be fine, baby. No, Ralph. I'm not sad. I'm happy. And I need you to be happy. Well, I am. It's just gonna take me a while to get used to all this quiet. I'm so used to him coming around, waking me up early in the morning. Pops! Pops! Now it's just silent. Ralph, you're the best father to Blue. And you're gonna be a father again. I'm pregnant. I'm pregnant with your child. Stop playing. For real? Oh, Darla. You always bless me. No, Ralph. You are my blessing. They hug each other, sharing happy tears. And as the camera pans out, we see the shooting star that Blue wanted to search for. And that is the end of the episode. Oh my goodness, you guys. This season was absolutely amazing. The writing, the cinematography, the actors, everyone did an amazing job. And on top of the evolving pandemic that was happening and thinking of how we're going to change and reset writing and filming for this show. Beautiful how they blended and correlated maybe the possible current plots of the characters and blending it in with reality. Absolutely perfect. I don't even want to think about the turnaround time it took for the writers and the sets and everything to change due to those changes. It was so close together from when this aired and everything that happened last year that it was sort of eerie that we were able to pull emotions from our personal experiences dealing with 2020. So absolutely amazing. The way that this episode ended was a wonderful segue for the next season. Now for this show shouldn't exceed 7 seasons. The reason why I say that is because the plots that are remaining can be brought to a close pretty soon. The issues when it comes to the city council, the issues of the families that are against the borderlands and the cities can be brought to a close. It's not too much that could be stretched. When you can end a series and like I said, no more than season 7, right? Because we just ended 5. You can really sum up a lot in 12 episodes, 10 to 12 episodes for a season. And if they go any further than that, it could really be dragging it along. And you don't want to do that. You don't want to keep dragging it along. You can end an entire season with indications of how the future will evolve, right? We can make conclusions about that the family is okay, that something's moved on, that this court case is coming to a close, that this is being reviewed. Like we can get ideas of things coming to a close, because if you don't, it's just going to go on forever and ever and ever. And it's like, will we constantly see more and more seasons of constant heartache and things that we're dealing with? Is it going to turn into a modern good times? Do we want that? And that can get exhausting. And that can happen with a lot of series. I know with The Walking Dead, I stopped watching that show a long time ago because it just kept going on and on and on. And then I finally saw a promo that The Walking Dead was coming to its final season. And it was time for the final season seasons ago, but they just milked it. But the audience, you can really exhaust your audience. So with Queen Sugar, I hope that they don't exceed too many seasons and exhaust their audience, because, it's like, how much crying can we do? How much is the family are they gonna see something positive? And it was good to end on a positive note with a lot of things, because for the next season, we still have a lot of the issues remaining with the other families, right, in St. Joe's, that want to see a lot of the farmers away with. They want to move them out of the way. They want to build that highway. They want to deal with the prison. A lot of that's going to be up to the people and how they get a lot of stuff done. Votes. And maybe that's something that we'll see next season. The people gathering together, their votes mattering, them pushing things to change in St. Joe, moving out a lot of people that are taking the farmers for granted, etc. We see the segue of the Borderlands family continuously growing, that Darla is pregnant, that we have all of these things that are like evolving. We see that Vi's and Hollywood's relationship is getting better the more that they communicate. That's a lot for a couple to go through, not only having the passing of a parent, but also business endeavors that are doing well. But like I mentioned before, we see the cliff note of positive reinforcement and ideas that things would get better. Customers coming back into the store, they having to have the gloves and the mask, but it's a sign of things eventually and moving towards a better insight. So that's good. We see an insight of Blue being happy with his schooling. Now with the next season, how is he going to adjust being permanently there at school? He seems very happy. So all of these indications that all of the characters are moving forward, and the perfect title, Onward, because that's what they're doing. They're moving onward and they're moving forward with a lot of things. I did say in the last review that I was still mad at Davis, but I did also mention that it's up to them how they want to decide how their relationship could go, because their divorce happened, the way it happened, and it was just so wrong. But to see Davis say that, I was a totally different person. I didn't like myself. I did all of these stupid things. And then they have Vi say he's not a bad person. He just did stupid stuff. For Darla to say, hey, that's not me to decipher about your relationship, but if it makes you happy, then that's something that you need to look at. So it's just like all of these reinforcements about how people can move onward and how people can move forward. We see the happiness of Ralph Angel and Darla being through everything that they've been through, but they're making it work. Darla not working, but they're making it work. We saw him putting his uniform on before he got a call from Blue, excited about school. So they're making the best of everything. And that's all they can do. Hollywood mentioned that, a lot of times we think about, I just want for this to be over. But what we need to do is we need to find the joy, the pieces of joy along the way that can keep us moving forward. Amazing writing, excited for the next season. And my motto for this channel: when a show ends, another one takes its place. So the shows that are going to take the place are, get ready for season 3 of Pose. It is the last and final season. Make sure that you check out in the playlist the previous season with a lot of the recaps and reviews. Keep in mind, I think I start at about episode 4 because this channel is not that old, and I started mid-season with Pose. If you don't have FX, make sure that you find a source. I think you can pay for a subscription, in order to catch up on the previous episodes of Pose. But I do think it's on Netflix or another platform. I think it's on several different platforms to watch Pose. It's an Emmy-nominated series. Absolutely amazing writing. I estimated that Billy Porter would win an Emmy for his performance, and he was nominated and he won. Also, get ready for you guys for the 13 plus Emmy winners of The Handmaid's Tale. That comes back on Hulu April 28th. It is very, very good. Make sure that you check that out. Like I said, I think they have 13 plus Emmys for that show. The show is absolutely amazing. Action, cinematography, acting, the costumes, everything. Make sure you check that out. Go on my Instagram page to check out the trailers for Pose and The Handmaid's Tale. Thank you so much, you guys, for rocking with me for this season of Queen Sugar. Make sure that you check out the other playlists on other shows that you maybe have missed. We got Wu-Tang, American Saga. We have Jim Henson's series. We have the Jim Henson's The Crystal, I think it's Crystal Skull. Child, that was a year ago. I don't even remember. But Jim Henson's the Crystal Skull or some stuff like that. I forgot. But anyway, make sure that you check that out, child. I did so many shows. I don't forgot which one is which. But I have like tons and tons of shows on this channel for it to only be a little bit over a year old. But it's just, we have Star Trek, Picard. There's just so much. Check that out. There's podcasts. It's all kind of stuff. Share this channel with family and friends. It's family friendly. And take care of yourself and each other. Until next time, take care of yourself and others. Bye.